Start with these simple words. Once you know some basic words, try to learn words related to your daily life. For example, learn words for things you use at home, like table, chair, food, and bathroom. When you know words for the things around you, it's easier to talk about them. Another way to learn new words is by reading. When you read books, websites, or even social media posts in English, you will see many new words. Don't be afraid if you don't know a word. Just look it up in a dictionary or online. You can also use apps or websites to learn new words. Some apps show you a new word every day, and you can practice it. You can even test yourself to see how much you remember. Try to learn 5 new words every day. It might seem like a small number, but it adds up over time. In 1 month, you will know 150 new words. It's a great way to build your vocabulary. When you learn a new word, make sure to use it. When you use a word, you remember it better. For example, after learning a new word, try to use it in a sentence. If you learn the word happy, try saying, "I am happy today." You can also practice new words by writing them down. Keep a notebook or an app where you write down every new word you learn. Review your words every day. This will help you remember them. Another way to remember words is by listening to English. When you listen to songs, movies, or podcasts, pay attention to new words. Try to repeat the words you hear. This will help you remember them better. Sometimes you will forget words. That's okay. It happens to everyone. When you forget a word, don't get frustrated. Just look it up again and practice using it. It's also helpful to learn words by categories. For example, learn words for food, colors, or animals. When you group words together, it's easier to remember them. Try to learn words in context. This means learning words in sentences, not just by themselves. For example, instead of learning just the word dog, learn the sentence, "I have a dog." This will help you remember how to use the word in real life. Another way to build your vocabulary is by speaking. The more you speak, the more you will use the words you learn. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. The important thing is to practice. Find a language partner or a group where you can speak English. You can practice new words together. If you don't have anyone to speak with, try talking to yourself. You can practice by reading out loud or asking yourself questions. Use new words in your daily life. For example, if you learned the word computer, say, "I am using my computer." The more you use the word, the easier it will be to remember. It also helps to practice pronunciation. When you know how to say the word correctly, it will be easier to use it in conversation. You can use apps or websites that teach pronunciation, or you can listen to native speakers. You can also learn words by watching TV shows or movies in English. When you watch, pay attention to how people speak and what words they use. Try to repeat the sentences you hear. This will help you understand how words are used in real conversations. It's important to be patient when building your vocabulary. You won't learn all the words at once, but little by little, your vocabulary will grow. Celebrate every new word you learn. As you learn more words, you will be able to express yourself better. You will feel more confident speaking and writing in English. Over time, you will see that you know a lot of words. Another tip is to use flashcards. Write the word on one side and the meaning on the other side. Test yourself every day. This is a fun and easy way to remember new words. You can also try to learn synonyms or words that have the same meaning. For example, happy and joyful mean the same thing. Learning synonyms will give you more options to speak or write in English. Sometimes you might feel that learning words is too slow, but don't worry, keep going. Every new word you learn brings you closer to your goal. And remember, you can always review old words to keep them fresh in your memory. One day, you will realize that you know a lot of words. You will feel proud of how much you have learned. Keep practicing every day, and you will see your vocabulary grow. Building your vocabulary is a fun and important part of learning English. Every new word you learn is a step forward. Keep practicing, keep using new words, and your vocabulary will grow bigger and stronger. Remember, learning English takes time, but every word you learn helps you on your journey. You can do it. Keep learning and keep growing. Chapter 5. Hello again. Today, we are going to talk about listening. Listening is one of the most important skills when learning English. The better you listen, the better you will understand and speak. At first, listening to English may seem hard. You might not understand everything, but don't worry, this is normal. Every time you listen, you are getting better. When I started learning English, I had trouble understanding what people were saying. They spoke so fast, but I didn't give up. I listened every day, and little by little, I improved. The first step to improving your listening is to listen to things that you enjoy. This will make it fun and keep you motivated. If you like music, listen to songs in English. If you like movies, watch them in English. Start with easy materials. Watch children's shows or listen to podcasts made for English learners. These are slower and use simpler words. As you get better, you can listen to more difficult content, like news or movies. When you listen, try not to worry if you don't understand everything. Focus on understanding the main idea. You don't need to catch every word. If you understand the main idea, that's enough. Another way to improve your listening is by using subtitles. When you watch a movie or show, turn on the English subtitles. This will help you see the words and understand them better. After watching, try to repeat what you heard. This will help you remember new words and phrases. You can also listen to audiobooks. These are great for learning new vocabulary and understanding how words are pronounced. Start with books for beginners and then move on to more difficult ones. Try to listen to English every day. Even if it's only for 10 or 15 minutes, it will help. The more you listen, the more familiar you will become with the sounds and patterns of English. It's also a good idea to listen to different accents. English is spoken in many countries and people have different ways of speaking. Listen to different accents so you can understand more people. Sometimes it helps to listen to the same thing many times. If you don't understand something, listen to it again. The more you listen, the more you will understand. You can also practice listening by repeating what you hear. For example, if you listen to a sentence in English, try to say it out loud. This will help you improve your pronunciation and make you feel more confident. Another great way to practice listening is by using apps or websites that teach listening. These tools often have exercises where you listen to short clips and answer questions. This is a fun way to practice and test how much you understand. Don't forget to focus on how people speak, not just the words. English is not just about knowing words. It's also about knowing how to use them. Pay attention to how people stress certain words or change their tone. This will help you understand the meaning better. Sometimes, it might feel like you're not improving fast enough. But remember, every time you listen, you are learning. It takes time, but with practice, your listening skills will get better. Another tip is to listen actively. This means you focus on what you're hearing. Try not to get distracted by other things. When you listen actively, you will understand better and remember more. You can also practice by listening and then writing down what you hear. This is a great way to improve both your listening and writing skills. Write down words, sentences, or ideas that you hear, and then check to see if they are correct. When I was learning English, I used to listen to the same song over and over. I would try to write down the lyrics. This helped me remember new words and understand the song better. It's important to practice listening with different types of media. Don't just watch TV shows. Listen to podcasts, radio, and even YouTube videos. The more variety you have, the better you will understand different ways of speaking. Also, try to listen to conversations. In movies or TV shows, people speak differently than in lessons. They use slang, idioms, and different speeds. This will help you sound more natural when you speak. When you listen, try to relax. Don't worry if you don't understand everything. Just enjoy the process of learning. The more relaxed you are, the easier it will be to focus on the sounds and words. Remember, you don't need to understand everything in the beginning. With practice, you will slowly improve. Over time, you will be able to understand longer and more complicated conversations. Another tip is to listen with a purpose. Before you listen to something, decide what you want to learn. Maybe you want to learn new vocabulary or practice listening for the main idea. This will help you stay focused. It also helps to listen for patterns in the language. For example, listen to how sentences are built. Pay attention to common phrases and expressions. This will help you use them in your own speaking and writing. As you improve, you'll find that listening becomes easier. You'll be able to understand faster and feel more comfortable with the language. The key is to keep listening every day. Finally, don't give up. Listening is hard at first, but with practice, it gets easier. Keep going, and soon you will be able to understand English like a native speaker. Remember, learning English is a journey. Every step you take, even listening to a short clip, is progress. Keep practicing, and soon you'll be able to understand and enjoy all the English you hear. You can do this. Chapter 6. Hello, everyone. Today, we are going to talk about speaking with confidence. Speaking English can be scary at first, but the more you practice, the more confident you will become. When I started learning English, I was afraid to speak. I worried about making mistakes. I was scared people would laugh at me, but I learned that making mistakes is part of the process. The first step to speaking confidently is to stop worrying about mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, even native speakers. The important thing is to keep trying. When you try, you learn and get better. One way to feel more confident is to practice speaking every day. Even if it's just for a few minutes, speaking often will help you improve. You can practice by talking to yourself. You can ask yourself questions and answer them. This may feel a little silly, but it helps you get comfortable with speaking. Another great way to practice is by finding a language partner. A language partner is someone who also wants to practice English. You can talk to them in English, they can help you, and you can help them. If you don't have a partner, try joining an English group. Many people around the world want to practice speaking. You can meet them online. Practice with them, and you'll get better at speaking English. It's important to talk about things you enjoy. If you talk about things you like, it will be easier to speak. For example, if you like movies, talk about your favorite movies in English. If you like sports, talk about your favorite teams. This will make speaking more fun and help you remember new words. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you don't know a word. If you don't know how to say something, just ask. Most people will be happy to help you. You can also practice speaking by reading out loud. Find a book, article, or even a website in English and read it out loud. This will help you improve your pronunciation and get used to speaking English. Sometimes speaking can feel hard because you don't know many words, but don't let that stop you. You don't need to know big words to speak well. It's more important to use simple words and speak clearly. If you can say what you mean, people will understand you. Another tip is to speak slowly. When you speak too quickly, it's easy to make mistakes or get nervous. Speaking slowly will help you think about your words and say them more clearly. It also makes you sound more confident. When I first started speaking, I would get nervous, but I learned that it's okay to take a pause. If you need a moment to think, just pause and breathe. It's normal to need time to think of the right words. You should also listen carefully when other people speak. When you listen, you learn new words and how to use them. It also helps you know when it's your turn to speak. Practice listening and speaking together. This will help you improve both skills. Don't worry if people don't understand you the first time. Just try again. Speak clearly, and if you still have trouble, ask the person to repeat what they said. They will understand that you are trying to learn, and they will be happy to help. You can also practice speaking with songs. Sing along to your favorite English songs. This will help you improve your pronunciation and get used to the rhythm of English. Singing can be fun, and it's a good way to practice. Another way to practice speaking is by repeating what you hear. Listen to a sentence in English and try to say it exactly the same way. This will help you learn how to say the words correctly and improve your speaking. When you speak, try to use your body. Use your hands, face, and body to help explain what you're saying. This will make you feel more confident, and it will help the person you're speaking to understand you better. It's also important to be patient with yourself. Speaking takes time, and it's okay if you don't speak perfectly right away. The key is to keep practicing. The more you speak, the easier it will become. If you make a mistake, don't worry. Everyone makes mistakes, and it's a part of learning. You can learn from your mistakes and do better next time. You can also use flashcards to help with speaking. Write down a question on one side and the answer on the other. Practice saying both the question and the answer out loud. This will help you practice speaking and make you feel more confident.